What up, Lions Nation Unite? It's your boy Easy, and I'm here to tell you guys some breaking news. Unfortunate news for Detroit Lions fans. Detroit Lions All-Pro center Frank Ragnow is week to week with a partially torn pec. Not allegedly, he tore it in the beginning of the game last week or this past Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. Somehow, the Iron Man that he is, the true pro that he is, played the remainder of the game, and now, as reported, this is coming from. Let me make sure where this is coming from. This one's coming from Ian Rapoport. Pro Bowl and All Pro center Frank Ragnow suffered a partially torn pec, making him week to week. A brutal reality for one of the NFL's toughest players who injured it very early in the game, but the belief is not season ending and he could be back soon. I know this can be for people who just paid attention to things that went wrong in certain games last year with our guy Jared Goff. A lot of that came from interior pressure, and that was in the absence of Frank Ragnow, in the absence of some of our interior offensive guards. And looks like we might be dealing with that situation again earlier in the season. It's unfortunate news. I think there's kind of it's not an easy fix. Nothing's an easy fix, and nothing is for sure. I mean, it's far from for sure. That was hard to say, but I really feel like you could put Graham Glasgow in at center. Obviously, we've known he's played backup center for the Detroit Lions before, and I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, you could put. Hear me out now. The rookie Giovanni Manu in at guard. Now he played guard at British Columbia, and it's a far cry from NFL football, but I believe he's 6'8". He's a hell of an athlete. I think he's up for the job. I really do. And if not, obviously, you have Ayoade, who did it last year for us. He wasn't the best, and I think anyone would admit that, but he wasn't terrible. The thing that a lot of people don't realize, though, when it comes to offensive sitters in this league or at any level of football, particularly probably high school up, uh, these guys are the quarterback of the offensive line. Like, for a long time, you may have heard things that like Jared Goff doesn't call his own protections, which isn't the case anymore, I might add. However, so in that situation, it'd be a Frank Ragnow calling out certain blitzes, which he still does for the offensive line, but calls out certain blitzes, tries to read safeties, try to read linebackers to see what they're doing. That's the expertise in a guy like Frank Ragnow that you miss outside of like the phenomenal blocking skills he possesses. Personally, I would rather than him rest and get healthy. I think between Ayoade, I think between Giovanni Manu, you could probably hold the fort down for a bit. We've missed pieces on this offensive line before, and I'm not going to say that we didn't skip a beat, but we may do, and I think that's something we could do right now with what we have in the depth of this offensive line. Now, if you miss multiple pieces, then you start to have an issue. You start to have some of those games you saw, like Jared Goff against the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving. Um, that's not this case, and I think it's a blessing we have this bye week as early as we do. I know to begin the year, or as soon as that schedule rolled out, you saw that bye week, and everyone was kind of like, "Man, I'm not live with that. Not live with that." However, um, a lot of injuries following this Detroit Lions victory against the Cardinals, and unfortunately, All Pro Bowl center Frank Ragnow is one of them. And I just hope he's able to heal, get well soon, but just get well in general. And yeah, breaking news out of Detroit Lions. Other piece I'd say too, if you have a Giovanni Manu, you know, you could question his pass blocking reps. However, that's a big boy. That's a big boy, and I think there would be no questions in what he'd be able to do for this Detroit Lions team in a run game, in a run scheme. I think he's very athletic. I think he's got humongous size, and he played center before. He's 6'7". I think he's like 354 pounds is what I'm reading here. That's a beast. That's a guy that can help you run the football. And yeah, kick Graham Glasgow inside. Maybe put Giovanni Manu right there at guard if you want to test out your brand new toy. If not, if you're more comfortable with Ayoade, I completely understand that too. But just wanted to go post this video real quick to let you guys know that Frank Ragnow will be week to week with a partially torn pec. If you guys remember last year, our guy CJ, well, I don't know, our guy CJ Johnson Gardner Johnson, he dealt with that torn pec and he returned in time for the playoffs. I think we should let Frank heal as much as he can. before putting him back out there in battle. As it pertains to like this upcoming matchup against a Mike McDonald defense, I hate it for that one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys that like Mike McDonald is probably one of the best defensive coordinators in the game, and obviously he's a head coach now, right? But that his bread and butter, his skill set, the way he earned that job was through his defensive prowess as a DC. A lot of you Michigan fans may remember him there too. He is the Seattle Seahawks' new head coach. The Seattle Seahawks defenses look phenomenal. They do have rookie Byron Murphy, who just tore his hamstring or is dealing with some type of hamstring injury. I think that is a blessing for us as Detroit Lions fans. They still have Jermont Jones on the inside of that defensive line. I think it's going to be a hell of a matchup in that offensive front against that Seattle Seahawks defense as a whole. I think Mike McDonald really knows how to bring it. Fortunately enough, though, we have this guy named Dave Montgomery and his good buddy Jameer Gibbs. I think could nullify a lot of those things in terms of getting guys trying to get after the quarterback and our guy JG. But yeah, again, just want to go live. Not even live. Just I guess post this video, let you guys know that Frank Ragnow will be week to week. We'll be monitoring the situation both here on LNU, myself on Woolward Heavyweights as well from 5 to 7 on Woolward Sports. And make sure you guys like and subscribe. We are live every Sunday following the game, post-game presser. We do give out giveaways. Sometimes it's signed autographs. Sometimes it's free merch. We are also live Mondays with the Herman Lowe Detroit Lions Rewind show to kind of go over the Detroit Lions game and some of the head coaching pressers as well. And then Thursdays, I think I will be previewing the game with a special guest. I won't name who. You guys have to stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I just want to go live and give you guys the breaking news about Frank Ragnow. I'm out.